Hi everyone, this is U.S. immigration lawyer Michael Ashoori, and in today's video I want to talk about the re-entry permit processing time, and I want to talk about how to overcome timing issues as they arise with re-entry permit applications. So with that said, let's get started. The first thing, I want to do a quick intro on what a re-entry permit is. Basically, a re-entry permit is a travel document for green card holders. And a re-entry permit can help to protect your status as a permanent resident in these situations. 1, if you plan to leave the US for an extended period of time. 2, if you travel frequently outside of the United States. And 3, if you cannot get a passport from your home country. So with that quick intro, now let's talk more specifically about the re-entry permit processing time. It usually takes about 2 to 5 months to get a re-entry permit. So let's go through how the different steps of the re-entry permit process. So here's how it goes. Step 1, you file the Form I-131. The Form I-131 is the application for a re-entry permit. After that application is filed, you get a receipt notice from USCIS. The receipt notice usually comes in about 2 weeks after filing your application. The receipt notice is basically the notice that confirms that USCIS has received and accepted your application. The next step is the biometrics appointment notice. To qualify for a re-entry permit, you must go to a biometrics appointment. This is an appointment where you go and you have your fingerprints taken. The biometrics appointment notice is the notice that comes in the mail that tells you the date and time of the biometrics appointment. This usually comes 4 to 6 weeks after filing your application. Now, after you get that notice, the next step is to actually attend the biometrics appointment. The biometrics appointment date usually takes place about 6 to 8 weeks after your application is filed. Now, after the biometrics appointment date, the last step is for USCIS to actually issue your re-entry permit. And again, this usually takes place about 2 to 5 months after filing your application. So now that we understand the different steps in the process of getting the re-entry permit, let's talk about the different issues that come up. So why is timing an issue when it comes to re-entry permits? There's basically 2 reasons. The first reason has to do with the physical presence requirement. And what I mean by this is that to qualify for a re-entry permit, you must be physically present in the United States when your application is filed and accepted by USCIS. So the reason why this is an issue is that many people are abroad, maybe they're in school, and they only have a few days where they can come in, apply for their re-entry permit, and then they have to go back right away. So they're in a very big time crunch. So that's one reason why timing can be an issue, is because of the physical presence requirement. Another reason why timing is an issue is for the biometrics appointment. The biometrics appointment, the vast majority of the time, the biometrics has to take place in the United States. So a lot of people have trouble remaining in the United States for that 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks until their biometrics appointment. So that's another reason why timing is an issue. So now that we've identified the issues, let's talk about potential solutions to these issues. Okay, so let's talk about how to overcome timing issues. Solution 1 is to request expedited processing. So expedited processing is a way to request that USCIS speed up the process of processing your application. And it's reviewed and approved on a case-by-case basis. And basically, USCIS has various reasons why they will review a request for expedited processing. It could be either some sort of an emergency situation. Perhaps it could be a humanitarian crisis of some kind. If there's some sort of a health emergency. These are different reasons why USCIS may consider approving an expedite request. If expedited processing is approved, the total processing time to get the re-entry permit application is speeded up considerably. And just to give you an example, at my law firm, we recently had an expedite request approved, and the entire process took less than 5 weeks. So that just goes to show you that expedited processing can really speed up the process. The process of requesting an expedite is pretty specific in terms of providing evidence, and so on and so forth. If you have any questions about that, stay tuned till the end of this video and I'll tell you how to get in contact with me. So that's solution number one. Solution number two is to leave the country and to come back for your biometrics appointment. Now, I must issue this disclaimer that this option is not available to everybody. You should definitely contact an immigration lawyer before considering this option. And what I mean by this, leave and come back, is that you're in the United States when your application is filed. You receive confirmation that USCIS has accepted your application. Then you leave the US and then you return for your biometrics appointment. That's solution number two. Again, though, it's not available to everybody. Make sure to contact an immigration lawyer to make sure that if you're eligible to take this route. So that's solution number two. Solution number three is to do a walk-in appointment. So let's say you get your biometrics appointment notice. So you applied for your reentry permit, you waited about 4 to 6 weeks and you get your biometrics appointment notice, and you're unable to attend the appointment as scheduled. If that happens, one thing you could do is you could take your appointment notice to the center where your appointment is scheduled, or perhaps another USCIS location, and request a walk-in appointment to have your biometrics taken. So basically attempting to go to the appointment earlier than it's scheduled. Now, USCIS does not have to approve your walk-in request, but sometimes they do. So that's another option that you may want to consider, is doing a walk-in appointment. And solution number four is to reschedule your biometrics appointment. So let's say you apply for the reentry permit, the biometrics appointment comes in the mail and you're unable to attend the appointment, or perhaps you're outside of the United States and it's too short of notice for you to come back to attend the appointment. Another possible solution is to reschedule the biometrics appointment. At my firm, when we do this, we oftentimes will request a particular day for the appointment to take place on, so that our client knows when the appointment when it's rescheduled, what day it'll take place on, and they can plan their schedule accordingly. So those are the 4 ways to overcome timing issues. I hope you guys got a ton of value from this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel. When you guys like and when you guys subscribe, it's a really big help to us. And we're constantly putting out new videos on US immigration law. And if you subscribe and you enable the post notifications, you will get alerted to every time that we post new videos. So please go ahead and do that. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, I've put my contact information in the details below. So you'll see my email, our phone number, and in addition to that, I've put a special link in the description for you to go in and schedule a consultation, a free consultation with our office. So you can click on that link and see what times we have available, and you can book your own consultation, and it's free. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.